It's a whole lot easier to stay with the same friends you met in kindergarten and you 45 now than it is to meet someone new and to develop new relationships and personalities. But if you are that group that wants to stay with that, enjoy it. Look back on all y'all pictures and how y'all done developed together. But don't talk against people who don't do that. You and your man been together since y'all was 12. Don't hate on a woman or a man who done had 10 different spouses or boos or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And who done dated. Just because you only done had one body part for 50 years, don't hate on someone who's had variety. Like, we gotta get out of our box. What works for you is your life. And if I'm gonna be honest, like I said, because I talk to women, okay? That is why I speak the way I speak. I don't speak out of judgment. I don't speak out of thinking I know. Women constantly, daily, weekly, monthly, I am being inboxed, text, emailed, or called on the phone, and I am having conversations with women, and the truth of them comes out that they don't tell people. And I'm sure you have people who confide in you. And you know that they're not happy with where they are, but they've been there for years. They've been dealing with it for years, for months. So I know what I'm saying is real life. This is some true stuff. But they don't want to admit to it because those are the people who still care what other people think. You got to get to the place where you don't care what nobody thinks. I done got there. I see my grandmama. The older people get, they usually get there. It's sometimes it takes people till they get in their 60, 70. That's why old folks just start speaking their mind, because they done bit their tongue for years. It ain't because they crazy. That's why I've always admired people who could speak their minds and say what they wanted to say or what they were thinking, whether other people accepted it or believed it or agreed with it or not. We gonna do it on. Oh, that's my song, y'all know. And just because you done had the same person screaming your name and you done been screaming the same name for 50 years, don't hate on a woman who had 5 and 6 names coming out her mouth. Oh, that was an inside joke. Because I'm going to be honest. Like I said, women have told me they're secretly jealous of you, and they really wish they could have had more than one. But it just didn't work that way. Or they just, found their soulmate, they call it. Whatever works for you. But if you're not happy, it's not working for you. And that's where my heart goes out to these women who have just endured and missed out on so much joy, so much happiness, so much peace, just for the sake of numbers, to be able to say, to think. I don't know why people from tongue tied. People for some reason think it gives them a medal. Well, that's the way society have it set up. The longer you've been in something, the longer you've done something, the more accolades you get. When you're a veteran, in something, that makes you, feel good. Okay, whatever. I'm to the point now where wherever I'm at, I know my value and I know my worth. I know who I am and I know what I bring to the table. And if you cannot see me and know that without a degree, without my resume, without my experience, then you don't deserve to see me. And until you get to that place in life, you're going to be jumping through hoops and you're going to be trying to do things to please people and please and make everybody else happy, and you're going to die miserable. It's up to you to take charge of your life, to take charge of your happiness, because it's no one else's responsibility to make you happy. It is no one else's job to put a smile on your face daily. That is not their job. News flash, it is not your spouse's job. Excuse me, y'all. I just burped. It is not your spouse's job. That is extra. What they do for you is extra. It is in addition to what you were created to do for you. I was speaking to some men within the last couple of weeks, and I'm gonna try to really get them on my podcast. Maybe I'll record conversations with them and I'll just play it. But these men gave me the real deal of their heart and how they look at things. And women, we need to start listening to it, because there's some men out there who actually know they're not all broken. They're not all, confused and insecure. There's some very secure men looking and waiting on a secure woman who will accept them and appreciate the fact that they want someone to appreciate them. Men get the short end of the stick all the time. And I think this way a lot because I have a son. I have brothers. I have cousins. I have male family that I love. So I always look at it from a male perspective. For women to always look at it like the man's supposed to do this and the man's supposed to do that and the man's supposed what you doing? Cause I done been that woman in relationships where the man ain't did you know what I'm saying? Or did what they wanted to do, when they wanted to do, how they wanted to do it. So what was I supposed to do? Whether they did or not, I had to do. And that's why I am continually able to do and continually moving forward in my life, not stuck. I remember a time where a friend of mine, we were talking and she was like, I gotta do, she said, because today or tomorrow he could leave, he could pass, and what am I gonna do? And I'm glad she realized that, because your spouse ain't gonna live forever. And unless they got the stuff together and they done, got a legacy and they got funds and stuff set up for you, if you don't know how to create wealth, if you don't know how to create the next and the new in your life, you gonna be messed up. Look at the person in that mirror and ask them, do you see me? Who am I? Talk to yourself. figure out what it is you want to do in life. What is your passion? I was talking to a guy the other day and I asked him, I said, what is your passion? Like, what do you feel your purpose is? And he is a grown man. And I was shocked that it really stumped him. And he literally said, I'm going to have to think about that. And that made me think, like, what kind of women has this man dealt with in his life? No other woman has been concerned with what he was created to do other than do for them, other than give them, other than be for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. In that respect, you women, y'all got that down pat. You know how to be selfish. You know how to put yourself first when it comes to that. But in the areas that is supposed to be, sometimes we get it messed up. We get it mixed up. We have to appreciate, we have to realize that when others do for us, it is out the goodness of their heart. It is out of their excitement or their happiness, or it should be. We should never make anyone feel that what they do for you is out of necessity or out of lack or out of need or out of manipulation. Let it be done out of joy, out of them just wanting to bless you, wanting to help you. Because that is where everybody wins. Because all these people who have enabled and got all these entitled women and men out here now, all you're doing is, that's why we stay in dysfunction. That's why cycles continue. Generational curses continue. Because no one is making the other people liable. Like I said, I have to always go back now and look back and say I was around people who were different and not, but from my grandmother to my grandfather to even my mom, they have taught me how to be an independently responsible person, because I had to depend on myself for certain things in life emotionally, which has allowed me now to be in tune with my emotions. I don't look to other people for that, which is the best life lesson they could have ever taught me. And it wasn't from words, it was from actions. It was from being who they were created to be and being nobody else, unapologetically. And until we understand that those type of people are the best people in your life to be around, because they teach you how to stay in alignment with who God created you to be. The ones that's and babying you and nurturing you, and you a 35, 40-year-old grown, they're not helping you. They're doing you a disservice and a disadvantage. And if you're doing that to somebody or for somebody, you need to stop it now. Because there's going to come a point in time where you're not going to be able to do, and then it's going to be a whole issue, a whole struggle that they would not have had you taught them by action how to depend on themselves and how to figure it out on their own. We take scripture too far. We it's like I said, it's the good old boys and girls clubs that have done things to get what they want out of people.